my story, being an introvert person, not realizing anything about what exactly gender, sexuality is, once you seems to be like different person, like you see a lot of men, women, and you tend to like same sex gender person, and you don't know anything about it. Being in 10th standard, when you're feeling these kind of expressions, that is really really difficult for you to understand, because we have no knowledge about it, either in school education nor college. Neither parents talk about it, neither friends. No one talks about it, and everyone are scared about it, because we tend to live in closet because of those kind of situations. And being in that situation, admitted into hostels, knowing the difference between the gender and sexuality, researching about it, all about Google things in my 11th standard. And I found a little more difference of what we haven't been taught till now. What is the difference between gender and sexuality and pronouns are, and how important they are to understand, realize, and respect mutually, right? And when I realized that I'm little different from others, it was very difficult for me to express my feelings to one, because friends used to tease me because of my femininity. And I identified myself as gender non-conforming person. A lot of people might not even heard about it, because we're only tend to learn about male female. And recently Supreme Court has decriminalized, section 377 also recognized transgender as third gender in our country. But there is no involvement of other genders, or there is no awareness about other genders. So let me tell you about gender non-conforming people. So I'm a person who doesn't want to fit into one specific gender, who doesn't want to restrict myself into specific dress. I'm very free enough to wear a woman's dress or a man's dress. At the same time, I'm very comfortable wearing anything whatever I want, because I don't want to fit myself into specific gender boxes. That is how I realized about my things. And moving further, we started organizing events, awareness programs in Hyderabad about LGBTQIA plus community, about human rights, about women empowerment, etc. Moving further, I met a person who became my partner today, and it's been 7 years we have been living together. But the struggle was not easy. You might think, what would be the struggle? Parents, no support. Friends, they leave us because of our gender and sexuality. Colleagues won't help us in any way because of the fear of, thinking that there is a myth called, if you roam with a gay or if you roam with a lesbian, you also tend to become that. It is a not. It's not a choice. It is from our childhood. So even if we have a choice like how you have, like if you think that a gay will become, a straight person will become a gay if you roam with them, why are we not becoming straight? Why are we not enjoying the privileges of how a straight person enjoys in his life, with parents, with lot of support? There is no support to us. There is no parent support, neither anyone support to move further in our life. That is how the struggles are. And a lot of people might think about, when you heard about transgender person, there is a lot of negativity around, and people say that, oh my god, they beg on streets and create ruckus, they do sex work. What is the need of doing it? Why can't they do normal jobs? So my point over there is, are we allowing them to study in our schools? Are we allowing them to come into our colleges? Are we at least allowing them to be a maid in a home, or a cook, or a tuition teacher? No. Then how would they earn their bread and butter? And that is the reason you see today a lot of transgenders on streets begging for money, creating ruckus, because they are discriminated in every sector, and they do sex work because there is no other option to earn their bread and butter for their living. It's a basic thing. It's a basic human right to get bread and butter, to earn money, to get education in this country. But we are not allowed to do so. That is the reason you see a lot of trans persons on the streets. While coming back to about my story, you know, we generally have friends, enemies, and frenemies. Like friends who turned out to be enemies and want to create a lot of ruckus in your life. The same thing happened to me. My sexuality and gender was being exposed to my parents. I was taken to hospitals for for gender and sexual therapies. I was stripped naked in the hospital just to see whether my private parts are growing properly or not. That is the level of our doctors' mentality, few of the doctors' mentality we have in our society right now. And people think that conversion therapies can change you. We have a lot of technology across the world. US, UK, a lot of countries who are very developed are recognizing LGBTQIA plus community. While we are developing, while we are not having a lot of technical help, why are we not seeing our developed countries and realizing that what are they doing with the technology? Are we meant to change one's gender with this technology? No. Are we meant to change someone's sexuality with this therapies? No. Do something better for the country. That's what. And at the same time, it is also very important for us to understand, realize the difference between gender, sexuality, and pronouns. If you talk about gender, you will only remember male, female, and Supreme Court, whom we think that it's the ultimate justice can be done through in the country, recognized third gender. And how many knows that? And how many realizes that? When we talk to a transgender person, we are scared or we don't want to even talk to them. And our Supreme Court has realized and recognized them as third gender. So when are we making them feel normal? When are we creating a safe space for everyone? On Women's Day, we talk about gender equality a lot of times. What exactly gender equality is? Accepting every gender and respecting every human. It's not about only Women's Day. Women's Day is celebrated for gender equality, and gender equality means celebrating the humanity, accepting and recognizing everyone, and mutually respecting each other. That we're not following. So I would only request you all to please follow that so that every person can feel free and can get a space at your environment to open up. And if anyone from your families or your friends are coming up and telling you that they belong to this community, or they are gays or trans or lesbian or anything, please don't panic. Understand them. And they're telling you because you are important to them. They might not even tell to their parents sometimes, like me, but they told you because think how important you might be to that person. So understand them. If you don't know, research about it and make them realize that it is okay to be one of the community member, but do not discriminate them because they identify different. Like how we talk about black rights, the black black American rights in USA. It is very important for us to, talk about minuscule minorities in our country, and LGBT people are treated as minuscule minorities. Minorities के भी नीचे, बहुत नीचे. They don't even get proper rights to talk about their rights. And coming back to me, I was also going through the same when my family came to know about me. I was beaten. I was physically abused, verbally abused on main road with no police support, no help from anyone, and I had to fight for my life. Where I was only given two options: either to come back to home and get married to a girl, which I really don't want to, or else die. And I have chosen third option: fight for my rights, and went to Telangana High Court, filed a petition, and got my support. Got police support at the same time, got my documents. But I've also requested the judge to not to take any police action against my parents or my relatives. It's because it is very important for us to understand whom to blame and whom to not. I don't blame my parents because of not understanding me. I blame the society because my father thinks that what should I answer to the society? And that is what happens when a person comes out about being a gay or lesbian or something. So that is what my parents did, and I don't blame them for that. In fact, I pity them because they don't know anything about it and they reacted towards it. loving me so much for 20 years, and just a word of my gender and sexuality, they turned out to be my haters. That is what it matters. When you are good, when you think everything is good, everything will be good. And once a negativity hits you back, you will be the villain of someone's life. So what I would say is, don't become a villain to anyone. Be a hero, create safe space, talk about gender equality, fight for your rights, because no one else is going to. That is what I would say. That is what I have been doing, and that is what we have been doing in our foundation. By creating a lot of awareness, we have we have been doing a lot of mental health sessions, because depression is something which hits LGBT community lot of times. Like me, how it affected me, I felt suicidal because of all these incidents which are happening in my life since 5 years. And today, where I am, completing my 7th anniversary in my relationship, with a small pet as my kid, and a very happy small family, with having no family support. But at the end of the day, I have someone who can hold my hand till my death. That is what I believe. Create safe space, be someone's hero, and be happy, spread love. That is what I am wearing today. All the love shapes in different colors. It resembles LGBT community with lot of rainbow colors, with lot of love. So I would only say, if you want to talk about humanity, spread more love. Stop the hatred. That's it. Thank you so much.